All right, let's look at this first problem right here. And it says the area of a rectangular garden is given by the expression 5x squared minus 18x plus 9. Which of the following represents the length and width of the garden? Now, you could go through and you could factor 5x squared minus 18x plus 9. You could multiply your answers to see which one would give you the right one, but here's what we're going to do instead. Take your calculator, and let's go into y equals. And I want you to put the problem, that expression into y1. 5x squared minus 18x plus 9 into y equals. Now, what we're going to do is take the first answer choice and put it into y2. So we'll go into go down to y2, put parentheses x minus 3. And in the second parentheses, 5x plus 3. So now, once you've put those into y1 and y2, press second graph. How do you know if it's right? And are they the same and matching? Nope. So if I go down here to y2, I'm going to go and try and do b now. I'm going to put in there 5x. Oops, don't forget your parentheses. Makes a big difference. 5x minus 3, parentheses, and then x plus 3. Some people are saying no. Sure enough, they don't match up again. Well, darn it. Okay. Golly gee willikers. All right. Try C now. So parentheses, 5x plus 3, x plus 3. C is not going to match. Well, look. If you go down here, 5x, what if it was 5x minus 3? Okay, so if you put the minuses in there, second graph, they're all the same. See, now one thing you could see is that you've got to have minuses in there because, look, this middle term is a minus. So that's one way you can look and see. All right, so I know that D is my answer. All right, try this one that is exactly like this. Well, it's not exactly like it. Number 13 says the area of the rectangle is, and it gives us x squared minus 15x plus 50. It says the length is x minus 5. Which of the following is the width? Okay, so what it's saying is that I know that one of the numbers, one of the things I need to have, whoops, don't stop moving. All right. One of the things I have is x minus 5. It already gave that to me. Now I've got to figure out what the other one is that goes in there. So let's go to the handy dandy calculator. Go to y equals. All right, I've got x squared minus 15x plus 50. Now, what they already told us is one of them, which is x minus 5. All right, so they gave us that. We need to see what the other parentheses is. So I'm going to start with A, which is x minus 10. X minus 10. And I'm going to press second graph. Do these match up? Oh, good. We got lucky. It's right from the beginning. It's A. Could it be B? Okay, listen. It's not B because they gave us this. They want to know the other one. Okay? All right. Number 14. Hint, hint, hint. You're going to see that again today. Ready? What is the GCF of the following polynomial? Now, GCF means you need to find the greatest common factor. Right now, what we need to look at is this. First thing I want to look at is 12. I find the smallest number. Does 12 go into 64? And some of you guys will go, I don't know. Well, take your calculator, put 64 divided by 12. What do you get? Do you get an even number? No, I'm asking you guys, what do you get? 5.3333, okay. So it doesn't go in evenly, so it's not a 12. So it's got to be a 4. Now, the difference between these two answers is this. This one says 4x. Is there an x in this term right here? So the answer's got to be... Okay. Now, wait. You need to listen, so it'll help you later on. What if I needed to write... So yeah, this would be b, but what if I needed to write this after I factored it out? After you find the GCF, I'm going to factor out a 4. So that means that I'm going to divide everything by 4. And in here, I need to write what's left. 12 divided by 4 is 3x squared. 64 divided by 4? I don't know. What is that? It's... No, 64 divided by 4 is 16x. And then 256 divided by 4, you said is 24? Oh. Sorry, well, you were guessing. Silly goose, don't do that. All right. Now, all it asked you to do was factor out the GCF. This is what you would be doing when it says factor out the GCF. Well, we would, if we were factoring it farther, then we would slide and divide. We're going to do that in a minute, okay? All right. Here's the next one. Ready? I want you to take a minute and try and figure out what the answer is. Do that now, please. All right. One of the things you'll go through and do, I normally say to start with this number right here, that 4. Does 4 go into 54? Can you go 54 divided by 4, and is it even? I don't think so. It's 13.5, you said? Okay, so it's not 4. Guys, look, it's not an x either. Is there an x in this last term? Nope. So it can't even be D. So the answer has to be A. Now, last one in this part, and then we're going to work on slide and divide. So right here it says, which of the following shows the complete factorization for the product? Right now, you don't have to do any work except for type it in the calculator. So right now, go to y equals. Okay, if you have the answer, just 1 second. Miss Dawson's going to come and look. I've got y1. That goes into y1. Take your first answer choice and put it into y2 and press second graph. So what I was telling you to do is to put the original expression, that 15x squared, well, it says n squared, but here we're going to use x, minus 27n minus 6 into y1. I took letter A and I put all of it, 3 parentheses, all of that into y2. If you press second graph, these are, the first one's the same, but not all of them. Since they're not all the same, that it's not the answer. So now I'll go to letter B. And let me put in there 3 parentheses, 5x plus 1, and x minus 2. I'm going to go second graph. And are these the same? Yes, they are. That means that my answer is B for this one. Okay, now we're going to go and start reviewing on our slide and divide. All right, let's see. Turn my board on again. Baby. All right, here we go. X squared minus 7x minus 18. We need to factor this completely. Now, step 1. Step 1 is to factor out the GCF. Now, if there's not a number in front of that x squared, there's no GCF for us to take out. Step 2 is for us to slide. There's no slide because there's no number right there. That means this is a lot easier. I can go straight to factoring. So I'm going to split it up into 2 parentheses. X squared splits up as x and x. Now you need the factors of the last number of negative 18. Okay, so go in your calculator, y equals, and put in there negative 18 divided by x. Do that now, please. So I'm going to go in there and put, you got to clear everything else out of there. I've got negative 18 divided by x. Now, guys, what I'm doing here is I'm trying to find the numbers that multiply together to give me negative 18. That's what all of these numbers are. Now I need to take these numbers and I need to add them together in my head. I want the factors that add up together to give me this middle term right here, which is negative 9 and positive 2. When I add these together, it gives me negative 7. That's my middle number. So I have minus 9 and plus 2. I don't divide. I don't do anything else because I didn't do any sliding. This is my answer right here. All right, let's try the next one. You guys are going to try this one. Ready? I've got p squared minus 5p minus 14. We'll try and factor this. So on this one, step 1 is GCF. There is not a number in front of that p squared, so there's no GCF, and there's no slide. So I get to easily split up my factors. P squared splits up as p and p. I need the factors of negative 14. When you go in there, you'll have a list like of 1 and negative 14, 2 and negative 7, and I think then it'll go 7 and negative 2, the whole numbers, 14 and negative 1. Well, I need the factors that add up together to give me negative 5. This is negative 13. Oh, here it is, negative 5. So I'm going to take plus 2 and minus 7. You already should have known you got it right by taking and putting the original problem into y1, what you think the answer is into y2, and checking it in the calculator. Okay, let's try another one. I've got m squared minus 9m plus 8. The question is, instead of using these other letters, can I change it to an x? Yes, you can. All right, so here's the next one. Do this one now, please. It is a 9. Go. Here we go. Step 1 is GCF. There's nothing in front of that m, so there's no GCF. That means there's no slide. So we go straight to factoring. So my m splits up as m and m. I need the factors of 8. When you guys put it in the calculator, you should have gotten 1 and 8, negative 1, negative 8, 2 and 4, negative 2, negative 4. When you add them together, you want them to be negative 9. This is positive 9. There's negative 9. I don't have to go any farther, so I'm going to use minus 8 and minus 1. This is my answer. You could not have done 2 and 4. 2 plus 4 is 6. It won't give you your middle number. Okay? All right. Here's the next one. Ready? I'm going to add in there. We're going to have another step to do. So I have 7x squared minus 31x minus 20. All right, look at this one. When you look at this one, first off, remember step 1 is GCF. You look at 7. Does 7 go into 31 evenly? No. Okay, so what I have to do next is I have to do my slide. Yes, there is a slide. Take my 7, multiply it by that negative 20. So I have x squared minus 31x, 7 times negative 20, negative 140. So when you go to factor, X squared splits up as x and x. See, step 3 is to factor. Well, I need my factors of negative 140. Ooh, okay. So I go into the calculator, and I'm going to go to y equals and put negative 140 divided by x. Press second graph. And now I want to find the factors that add up together to give me negative 31. Oh, there it is. I already saw it. 4 and negative 35. So I have plus 4 minus 35. Now, the next thing, if you slide, you have to divide. I divide by that number I slid, so I have to divide by 7. Okay, that 4 divided by 7, does that go in evenly? So I'm going to bring it over here. I've got 7x plus 4. Now, what's 35 divided by 7? 5, so it's x minus 5. There's your answer right here.